intelligence operators sat in dark, secure facilities, staring at raw, unedited sensor data that didn't fit into our understanding or model of physics and technology, has spent over 2 decades as a U.S. Air Force all-source intelligence analyst before becoming one of the foundational figures inside the J. Stratton-led UAP task force. On this episode, our guest is veteran Mr. Lenval Logan.
Right.
Are you suggesting that the Calvine UFO is the same thing you saw, not only with your own eyes, but then confirmed via a third party in the military?
When I saw that one in 1990, that was one of those things that you kind of mark on the board and said, I got to come back to this one to find out what's going on. And because as the years went by and I never saw anything, it just kind of cemented it. This is something I need to look back into.
It's special.
Yes.
Right? And now hindsight is always going to be 2020. You're connecting it to Calvine, like this moment of like, wait a second, this is it. Where people aren't going to be like, well, that's it. Disclosure, that's it right there.
Right. They said there was a UFO, a triangular black object. He said all the animals went quiet. Okay, so he said there's 2 officers walking down a street. Everything is quiet, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And he said all of a sudden they look up. There's this giant triangle above them. The three white corners.
Oh yeah.
But the red part was missing.
Hold up. Did you just say that you were in the vicinity of Phoenix when it went down?
Yeah, I was living in Tucson, and we were heading back to Tucson.
What the fuck?
But I can't tell you what I saw. I just know that there was something out there that was getting in front of the stars, and I was seeing something, and it looked huge, and I'm sitting there going like, wow, there's going to be an announcement tomorrow. He calls in and calls for fire support, and he thinks it was a spooky gunship that came in and just ripped the area a new one. So they go in there, and he says they go in there, there's no bodies. What there is 6-foot-tall gorillas, or gorilla-looking creatures, and he said there were bodies everywhere. All right, and nobody told him there were like 6-foot-tall gorillas or anything in the area. And he draws a picture, and it looks just like a Sasquatch. There's the reptilians that have always been here under the earth doing whatever, and then there's the mantids. There's the tall grays, short grays, and the millipedes. And we had this part of the galaxy or whatever. Supposedly, when we set off a nuke, it was like turning on a flashlight in the dark.
And
beacon.
Everybody
was like, what the hell's going on over there? And they're just staring at an oil rig and looking at the areas around it. And he pans the camera, and all of a sudden you see the camera jump back, and there is something in the water. The camera pins back, and you look and you see a disc, what looks like a disc, under the water. And it's cruising. It's cruising hard, right? A couple hundred knots in the water, which we know.
So this is a fast walker.
Yeah, you know.
And Fravor also, in the actual original case, the Fravor case, he alleges that there's something under the water that seems to be communicating with the Tic Tacs.
When the Tic Tac was going around,
right.
The water was frothy.
The white caps were like pretty hot on that day, and it was a still day. Right. So then he started seeing the white caps, and he's like, and then he sees this thing under the water.
Yeah, he thought it was like a plane that went down. There are other things out there, and the problem is this is a rough estimate. Maybe 90% of it is not being reported because there's still the stigma. People don't believe what they saw. It's not until people are being triggered because something else reminded them